Okay, now let's look at the formulas. Since you already have them on the slides, so I won't be copying them here. We just directly dive into the calculation part. So the first formula is to calculate the total shipment and handling cost per computer. Based on the problem statement, we already know the values of those variables, right? What is CS, what is Q, and so on. And here we know that we need to calculate this term 0.43 times 1 plus 4 divided by 5 plus 0.5 times 250 divided by 5 plus 0.05 plus 1.5 plus $10 divided by 5. And due to the according to the formula, there should be a bracket outside these three items. Okay, so we just add the bracket there. And so let's keep going. So we need to know, first thing, if we write a number right before the parentheses, that means we need to multiply them. Okay, we just simplify the formula by removing those multiplication signs. Otherwise, we will write this formula, it's too long. So we sometimes remove those multiplication signs. But to calculate it correctly, you need to understand there is a multiplication sign. And we need to multiply 0.43 by the value inside the parentheses. And also you need to calculate the parentheses first. Okay, that's the order. So that's order 1. That's the first thing you need to calculate. Okay. So to calculate it, also there are two factors, it's a fraction number, right? And we have the number above the fraction bar and the number below it. So we need to calculate the one above it first. So 1 plus 4, it is 5. And then divided by 5. That's also the order when you do the fraction number. Okay, and then continue to plus 0.5 times. Okay, again, it's written as a number and a parenthesis, but you need to understand there is a multiplication, between it. And also you need to calculate the value inside the parentheses first. So 255 divided by 5, it is 50. And then move on to the bracket. So inside the bracket, we have a value and also a fraction number, right? So we need to calculate the fraction number first. So it's 0.05 plus 1.5 plus 10 divided by 5, it's 2. Okay. Now move on. So it's 0.45 times 5 divided by 5, it's 1. Okay. And then you can simply copy all of them. Now it's just the summary. Okay. So first you do this multiplication, it is still 0.43. And then you do this, it is $25. And then you do the sum of these three, it is $3.55. And then you do the total of these three, it's gonna be $28.98. Okay. And then we can calculate the second term. second formula. Okay, so I'll draw a line here to divide the two parts. The second formula is to calculate total cost per computer. So we have the formula in the slide, and then we will start here. So RVQ divided by 2 plus, plus 2898. This value is the result from the previous formula. And here we also need to understand, if we write something like this, RV and bracket, it means we simplified it by removing the multiplication signs in between. So actually it is R times V times this whole term. Okay, maybe that's where it's confusing. And then we read the problem statement and we know what's the values of R and V and Q, right? So the value of R is 0.0096 and the value for V is 105 times the value for Q is 5. So 5 divided by 2. Okay. Here, you need to calculate the value inside the bracket first. So you copy the other items in the multiplication, and 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. Here, you need to do the calculation of this first, okay, before you sum. And you put it in this calculator, you will get the value of the multiplication, which is 2.52. And then plus 2898. So the final answer is 31.5.